So back in 2019, I needed a break from my then ongoing Realistic Universe series. I once was inspired by the likes of Brendan Plays, MathWiz, Delzinski, and Murphs. It's a style of content that I still love, but at the time I was completely burnt out. So I took a break and eventually the itch to make wrestling content came back, but I wanted a series that I could record casually. That's when I came up with the idea for my Velocity universe. I wanted one show with a very small roster of some of my all-time favorites, and that's what I did, and the series was born. Unfortunately, I would start taking it a little too seriously and burn myself out again, but I would pick it back up and make a lot of progress before bringing my best friend in. He chose his roster and I made a pretty cool custom No Mercy arena for him to run out of, and we had a good time for a couple of episodes. Once again, fate had other plans and our schedules would become near impossible to work around as we both became adults. We would reunite in 2022 to finish up the month we had started together. We did that, finishing our Money in the Bank pay-per-view, and then the series was done. Or was it? Initially, I was completely content with the series ending there. Hell, I even made the What Would Have Happened video going over all the ideas I still had written down. What else was there to do then? Well, I just wanted to go back to it, and so I did. I started recording again, and at the time of writing, I've already finished a couple more months. I even have plans to make a wrestling-specific channel that you're watching this on now. But the thing is, I don't want to just bring the series back on a new channel without the previous episodes, and I also don't want to re-upload those older videos on this new channel. So today, my lovely viewers, I presented this recap video of sorts, though, fair warning, I will be carefully re-recording some of these matches and moments, but with the preamble out of the way. Let's get into it. When the series started, I had a small roster of just 10 superstars. That roster consisted of Chris Jericho, Christian, CM Punk, Edge, The Hardys, Sami Zayn, Shawn Michaels, Shelton Benjamin, and Triple H. And all 10 would be featured on the very first show. The first match on the show would be a 5-man Extreme Rules match to crown the first TV champion. Shawn Michaels would win in controversial fashion as Shelton Benjamin would make the save, but the referee would keep on counting anyway.
Hey, ref. No. Oh my god. Man, it wouldn't let me... I tried to take out the ref, and it wouldn't let me. I literally targeted the ref, went after him, and immediately it turned me around. Dude, come on.
The controversy would lead to a heated feud between Shelton and HBK. They would compete one-on-one in 3 of the next 4 shows. Each match would lead to a new champion with these 2 equally matched men playing hot potato with the TV title. That other match was Shelton being forced to earn another rematch by defeating Triple H right before the Backlash pay-per-view. At Backlash, Shelton would win the title back in a steel cage match. He would go on to successfully defend the belt in a triple threat match with Matt Hardy and Sami Zayn before losing the belt to Christian a week later. Christian failed to impress in his battles against his best friend Edge and Jericho, but he was able to defeat The Miz after Backlash. Miz was given a contract thanks to Chris Jericho right before the first pay-per-view. Chris invited an old friend to the show to even the odds against Edge and Christian. Christian's reign would be short-lived as he would lose it to Shawn Michaels in a triple threat also involving Shelton Benjamin just a week after winning it to begin with. HBK would option C the belt and challenge Edge for the Velocity World Championship the following week. To everyone's chagrin, Shawn would in fact win the world title. In better news, that meant we could get some fresh faces into the TV title scene. A tournament was held at Extreme Rules to crown the new champion. Velocity Originals, Christian, Jeff Hardy, Sami Zayn, Matt Hardy, Shelton Benjamin, and Triple H would all be involved. The other 2 spots were filled by the 2 most recent signings, Bryan Danielson and Brian Kendrick. Both would, funnily enough, defeat Triple H in their own respective matches to earn a contract with the Green brand. The tournament would end with Brian Kendrick defeating the former champ Shelton Benjamin to start his reign with the title. Kendrick would defend the title against Christian and also continue a small feud with DX. Earlier, he teamed up with Bryan Danielson in a losing effort to DX, as Shawn made the American Dragon tap out. Wanting a bit of revenge, the Bryans got a submissions count anywhere match against DX. And the Bryans wouldn't have success as DX would win in tag action again, all thanks to HBK. Then the bad luck would continue and Jeff Hardy would take the TV title from Kendrick. Jeff had been on a series-long losing streak to this point. He constantly lost to CM Punk and Sami Zayn throughout the first month. He also lost to his own brother at Backlash, and later on he tried to start a new team with a younger star by the name of Benjamin Daniels, but that also didn't work either. But he finally picked up his first win by defeating Brian Kendrick right before Extreme Rules. Then he had a really good showing at the pay-per-view with Christian, and after the pay-per-view he defeated Kendrick again to win the TV title. Though his bad luck wasn't all gone, he would lose to the former champ Shelton Benjamin before winning the title. Also before he won the title, he would defeat his brother Matt in singles action. Then he would defend it in a rematch with Brian Kendrick and also successfully defend against Roderick Strong at Money in the Bank. I know that was a lot, and we're not done yet. It's time for the world title now. As I alluded to before, the world title picture consisted of 3 men, Edge, Christian, and Chris Jericho. Going into Backlash, Jericho had all the momentum until he suffered an injury in a tag match, which would be The Miz's debut. Chris had already earned his spot in the world title match at our first pay-per-view. He was set to face Edge to crown the first champ, but due to his injury, he would let The Miz take his spot. Edge would win rather easily. Also on that show, CM Punk would defeat Sami Zayn to become the #1 contender for the world title. After that, Jericho and The Miz were in present tag action against 4 other teams as they would win with The Miz pinning CM Punk. Then we throw in Shawn Michaels, who we know took the belt from Edge right before the pay-per-view. Then we had a lot of people who felt they deserved a shot. All 4 men would get the opportunity to face Shawn Michaels at Extreme Rules. They would compete in an anything goes elimination hardcore match. At the end of the show, the former champ Edge would end HBK's reign after just a singular day.
We got the former champion. Spear! I did not intend for that to happen, but Spear! And Edge wins the title back! Oh my god! So Shawn's reign is a day. Shawn Michaels' reign is a day. Dude, that's insane. Shawn Michaels' reign is one singular day, and the Edge gets the title back. Oh, damn it, man. I can't help but to laugh. That's nuts.
CM Punk and Shawn Michaels would both gain momentum by defeating The Miz in back-to-back weeks. HBK would then earn another shot at Edge for Money in the Bank. They would have a grueling TLC match, but at the end of the day, Edge would right his wrong from the previous month and retain against the Heartbreak Kid.
On the ladder again? On the ladder? Got it! On the ladder again. Edge is down. Michaels is down. Oh, and you no-sell it. And ladies and gentlemen, Edge retains the Velocity World title. That was an absolute beautiful match.
I love it.
Best match of the card.
After Extreme Rules, my best friend Tyson accepted my invitation to join the series. We unfortunately know how that panned out, but at this point it was exciting. He drafted 10 people that he really liked, which was admittedly less ruthless aggression heavy than mine. His starting roster would be Adam Cole, Aleister Black, Andrade Cien Almas, Baron Corbin, Cedric Alexander, Daniel Bryan, Finn Balor, John Cena, Johnny Gargano, and Ricochet. He would also go on to sign Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles later in the month. The first match on No Mercy would be a really fun contest between Ricochet and John Cena. This match would be the first of 3 matches throughout the month to determine who would compete for the No Mercy World title. Ricochet would use the 5-knuckle shuffle against John, but Cena would get the win and move on to Money in the Bank.
Oh no, you stole the 5-knuckle shuffle! I knew you had Move Thief activated. Go from his 5-knuckle shuffle!
Now how do you feel, boy?
That's dope.
Match 2 of 3 in the World Title Series would be Adam Cole losing to Daniel Bryan. Daniel would move on to Money in the Bank as well. Then the following week, Shinsuke Nakamura would defeat Finn Balor to move to the Big Show. At Money in the Bank, these 3 men would compete in a 2 out of 3 falls match to crown No Mercy's first world champ, and Daniel Bryan would actually make Shinsuke tap out twice to win the gold. Elsewhere in the show, we would see Money in the Bank ladder match qualifiers. For No Mercy, Aleister Black would qualify by defeating Ricochet, AJ Styles would qualify by defeating Adam Cole, and Johnny Gargano would defeat Andrade to earn his spot. The Velocity entrants would be Christian, Sami Zayn, and Matt Hardy. Sami would defeat Triple H to earn a spot, and Christian would defeat both Jericho and Shelton to get in the match. Matt Hardy, on the other hand, would have to outlast 5 other men in an over-the-top battle royal, and at the pay-per-view, Matt Hardy would actually win the briefcase.
No, get in the ring, in the ring, in the ring, in the ring! You piece of shit! Get in the ring!
Matt.
Get in the ring!
Christian. Oh no, Christian's good. Oh no!
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
The AI is fucking broken.
And Matt Hardy wins Money in the Bank.
The AI is fucking broken.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's cool. I'm okay with it, but like the AI is fucking broken.
Matt Hardy is taking the freaking Money in the Bank to Velocity. Son of a bitch. Gargano could have kind of screwed that for us because he went and taunted on the top rope.
Yeah, but Christian had the opportunity to do something and then didn't do anything. He went back to the outside.
And finally, No Mercy's mid-card title is the European title. A pin and give up battle royal on the first episode of No Mercy would end with Baron Corbin last eliminating Cedric Alexander to win the title. It was at this point that they would embark on their own feud that is still ongoing. Before the pay-per-view, Cedric would get a DQ win over Andrade, and Corbin would suffer a DQ loss in a tag match that involved everyone in the world title scene. But at the pay-per-view, Baron Corbin would save his title by knocking out Cedric with brass knuckles. And that's it. I think this is as concise as I can make it. That is really everything you need to know about my Velocity and No Mercy universe. I do plan on keeping it going, as well as having future seasons and other games as well. As we know, Tyson isn't in the series anymore, but he will always be welcome to come back, whether that be for one episode or as a permanent part of the series. Hopefully you guys liked this video and will check out the future episodes, and until next time, I'll see you later. Bye guys.